Well, hello there, it's Beards and Bangers, and today you join me just before Christmas and I'm going to show you a car that I've owned for, best part of this year. We've only just got back on the road because it's got a bit of a tail, but today we're going to have a look at my MG ZT-T CDTi. Any more initials I can come up with?
Welcome to Beards and Bangers.
So the eagle-eyed amongst you will notice this car has got black 16 spoke straights on it. These were actually the wheels that were on my MG ZT-260. So it's been a bit of a wheel issue. So I bought this car because it had some good Apex wheels on it, which went on the 260 and now on Husley. Husley's now got the Apexes, the straights, the 11 that were on Husley are now on the 260, and the ZT-T is wearing these 16s now. Excuse me. So yes, I bought this car, I think it was probably back in March, April time, and yeah, we've sort of left it sitting for a little bit. But yeah, you know my passion is MG ZTs and Rover 75s, and this is the first MG ZT-T, so ZT Tourer, that I've driven. I've driven Simon's CDT Rover 75, but I've never driven a ZT-T. Now this has got the diesel engine. We'll have a look under the bonnet in a sec. But yeah, the ZT-T was a Peter Stevens special. So obviously Richard Woolley designed the 75 back in the 90s, and then they decided to have a 75 Tourer and obviously the MG Z range as well. So this is Peter Stevens you've got to thank for this. Of course, it's got some typical kind of characteristics from the, there's a bit of moisture there. This car does need a good drive. So we've got the shopping hatch, we've got this lovely, and you have to excuse the mess in the boot if you want to open. There we are. Oh. There we are. So here's Dirty Diana's boot. I think we call this car Dirty Diana. So yeah, nice big boot. You've got a load cover that we need to put back on. There's some lights there from another car that I need to sell or get rid of. So yeah, ZT-T, you get a performance estate car, but with all this lovely space in the back. So yeah, very practical. Of course, we'll have a look under the bonnet. Actually got some decent gas struts on this one, so it's hopefully not going to try and decapitate or dismember me. Yeah, so we won't go into massive detail. You've seen my previous videos on the 75 diesel, so it's the same engine layout. You've got the M47R engine there, so a BMW derived engine but roverized, changed with the rail. So the R stands for rail in M47R, not Rover. So you've got different fuel rail, you've got a different turbo, and then this unit puts out 133 brake horsepower. The fun we've been having is with the ECU. So Austin very kindly did the clutch for me a little while ago, got that all sorted out, because the reason I bought this car so cheap is because it had no clutch. So it's got a completely new clutch. It did a service, so it was running fine. Went to refill the oil and start it up again to crank it over, and it wouldn't start. And we thought it was the fuel pump, but the fuel pump was actually all right. It was the ECU decided to fry its circuit board. So massive shout out to Tom Force of Force Tuning, who sent me, I think I communicated with him on Monday or Tuesday. Today's Friday. The ECU turned up this morning, so it went straight in the car, plug and play, and the car has started up, and yeah, hopefully it's going to be all right. It's got a couple of bits to do now. It needs an MOT. It's not been MOT'd, of course, since I've had it, so we'll need to get an MOT done. But yeah, it's rather nice car. I'm hoping it's sold already. Obviously it's a bit difficult to sell a car with no MOT. We'll be putting an MOT on it just after Christmas now, I should think. But yeah, it's got the grey Alcantara, let's move that leaf, grey Alcantara seats. It's got the Alcantara matching door cards as well, which do look really nice. And these seats, whilst it's quite worn, it's in pretty good nick, given it's a 18-19 year old car. If we just jump inside, I'm not going to do sort of sitting in the back or anything like that, because of course you've seen me doing that before. But let's just have a little look at some of the other features it's got. So it hasn't got electric seats, but it has got a Highline stereo. So there's the DVD player I think will work on this. It's got various bits and bobs on it. It's got this aftermarket Parrot Bluetooth, so it's sort of been set up for modern motoring. I'm not overly sure what the previous owner did with this car, but the one thing it has got is a massive folder full of history, including, it was actually serviced by AJF back in 2007, and of course that's where the car's been for the last, well, since March, April time. So it's come back to AJF, who've done an absolutely marvellous job in getting this car back on the road. So I'm going to get out and take it for a spin and give you my sort of thoughts as to how the MG ZT-T CDTi drives. Right, so turning the key, spring straight into life. Let's have a little just feel. So yeah, really comfortable. Again, you feel cosseted. I love the way that the dashboard curves round, so this comes up towards you. It's just very nice. Let's take it for a little cruise. So yeah, the clutch feels lovely. So it's just slipping into gear. It's like, I don't know, eating butter. It's feels nice and light. And yeah, that's really slick. That's really slick indeed. Suspension all seems all right. So you've not got a sort of snarly sound like you get with a 190, let alone a 260. But it certainly, it feels pretty urgent. It's not a slouch at all. And I think I've just come the wrong way. So we'll just do a we can do a little test of the turning circle and the reversing. That was silly, wasn't it? I stopped in an unusual spot to do my talky bit outside the car. So let's have a. Now, one thing I do like about this car is its colour. The colour code is PBT, or pearl black, and it's quite a rare colour. It's not a monogram, but it's a rare colour for a ZT or ZTT. And I think once it's been cleaned up and given a polish, it will actually look quite nice, because it's wearing, the paint is wearing quite well for a, say, 2005, early 2005 this car. So it's yeah, it's wearing well given the age of the car. So what's, yeah, 19 years old next year. I can do maths, kind of. But yeah, steering feels really good. Actually, the lightest, I've got to say, this is the lightest steering I felt on any R40 platform car. Handles lovely. Let's open it up a bit now. Yeah, so redlining about 4,500 RPM, being a diesel. Yeah, up at 50. Gear change is lovely. Well done, Austin. That feels nice and straight. It's not pulling in any fun directions. If I didn't have too many cars, I would be so tempted to keep this as like a daily car. But obviously I'm going to be putting a lot of time, and you're going to see a lot more on the Streetwise in the new year. So I've got that. Husley is a car that's come far too far for me to get rid of. So I would happily, if I didn't have either of those two cars, happily get rid of this. So I keep this and get rid of the others. But this one has got to go. Accelerate down here, and I'll get you on beard cam so you can have a look out of the front window. Right, so here we are, standing start. Yeah, it's not slouchy at all. Not slouchy at all. Oh, we're coming up to a digger. Digger cam, not beard cam. Forklift truck cam, whatever it is. Yeah, no, it's not slouchy. It's interesting, because obviously I've got the 75 still. That still hasn't sold. But this feels a little bit more urgent. Now I should have read up before I made this video whether the even though the engine's the same state of tune, whether it behaves differently in the ZT-T, whether the exhaust is different, so it just breathes a bit better, EGR, cat, you just don't know. Yeah, but it's not a slouch. I mean, very common with these is to remap them. Tom Force, who sent me the ECU for this, being a specialist, so assuming he has sent me a standard map ECU, he didn't say he was going to send me anything fruity, but this certainly feels a little bit more zippy than the 75. How's the turning circle? Pretty good. Pretty good. It's really nice to drive. I mustn't drive it too much because I'll get to like it and won't want to get rid of it, but I need to get rid of it. It's got to be done. Yeah, that feels very nice. It's let's see if it's got any temperature to test our air conditioning. We do have warm air, which is good. They take a long time to warm up these cars because they've got about 6.8 litres of engine oil in them, so that keeps them fairly cool until you've been round the block a few times. But yeah, no, I would happily have a ZT CDTi or ZT-T CDTi. I've not driven a diesel saloon ZT yet, so that's something we'll have to do maybe in 2024. But having driven this ZT-T, I'm impressed, shall we say. I really quite like it. So I'll give you one last look of the lovely pearl blackness of this ZT-T before it hopefully goes to its new owner. So there it is, and I'll look at you and I'll thank you for watching this, another Rover MG R40 platform based video from me. But it is my mission to test drive all the different permutations and variants, gradually working through them. And thank you for watching, thank you for your support during the year. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like, share. It makes a massive difference to the channel because YouTube thinks that this video is really good and other people want to watch it. So thank you for watching. I'll see you again very soon on the next episode of Beards and Bangers. Goodbye.